three. Shea zipped in the touchdown pass. That seemed like a really important.
The 90-yard drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Talk about what that drive meant to you and your team.
It was big. Coming off our 10-yard line, we talked about it before the drive. We really felt like if we could make that drive there, that'd go a long way to us winning the ball game. And Shea, again, really was picking up first downs and converting in the tough situations. They kept bringing their Mike backer into the A gap, and Shea made the right read, and probably half dozen times picked us up the yards to move the chains.
Coach, over on your left, Casey.
Jim, how would you describe Chase Winovich's performance today?
Awesome. Set the tone. He really did right from the beginning. Got the sack right away, and that became a theme in the game of putting pressure on the quarterback and just not giving him a chance to breathe back there. And that was set by Chase right off the bat.
On the left here, John.
Coach, how much of a lift does it give your offense when your defense is either scoring or setting you up to score like it did today?
Well, it's just phenomenal play. There was a really impressive team out there tonight in all phases. I think all special teams. You're going to see some clips of Ben Mason and Tyler Cochran running down on the kickoff that are just as good as they can be. And offensively, defensively, everybody was doing their job. And when everybody's doing their job, you don't know who's going to get the big play. But I think our guys have confidence that in themselves, and they have confidence in their teammates that somebody's going to get it. And the good thing about our team is they're happy for whoever gets that big play. A lot of guys capable of making plays on our team.
Right here, Larry.
What impressed you the most about your defense, and how motivated were your defensive players and you on that last drive to try to get the shutout?
Yeah, they're just every guy out there, playing really good football, as I said, and think maybe it'll be Brandon Watson to get the big play, but it might be Levert or Metellus or Kalik and David Long makes it, and Brandon Watson got another big one, another pick six. Those are just so huge. The most impressive thing is, there's a lot of impressive things, right? We could do the list of what impresses us on defense. Individual players, you can go down the list of Chase, and good to see Rashawn back out there. Secondary was, really phenomenal. The way they played. Linebackers, Devin Bush again, Furbush. Could go right down the roster. B. Watt. That's all those things are impressive, and you could list them out. And, the top thing, the most impressive thing to me is Don Brown. I'm reminded of the old jingle in the 70s. When you said Don Brown, you said it all. He's the king. He's the king of defensive coordinators. It's so great. But a lot of things. A lot of impressive things. Could list them for a long time, but.
Terry Collins, it's all about sports. Coach, we're seeing in the media now the quote-unquote revenge tour. We're hearing more about it. How much do you think your team is starting to buy into that now?
To me, it's the way our guys are practicing and just where they're at. They're very focused. Our team is very confident in themselves and in their teammates too. And but they're loose too. They're the right amount of loose and focus. Practicing really hard and good, and like where our team's at.
Jim, because of how last year's game ended with Penn State trying to score, your players talked about how they wanted to, they didn't say payback, but basically wanted to be aggressive right to the very end. Did you sense that? Did you instill that in them in this game, that they keep talking about how personal this game was?
What? How personal was it? They're personal. Yeah, these are personal. You want to, you're striving for happiness. You're striving for elation. You want to win. and you want our guys to play well, and they did tonight. I mean, it's really impressive. I mean, that's from start to finish, all sides of the ball. That was a really impressive Michigan football team out there tonight, and I'm really proud of them.
Right here, Chris.
Coach,
Put an exclamation point on how proud I am.
Coach, can you talk about the confidence you're seeing in Donovan, both on special teams and in the receiving game?
Yeah, Donovan again. You could again. Everybody's playing so well on that side of the ball. Quarterback's playing really well. Karan Higdon's playing really well. Donovan's playing really well. So's Nico makes the big play. Tariq made the big play for us today. It was great to see that. And although it got called back, it was Donovan. You just don't know who's going to do it, but they all have the ability to make the big play and do their job really well. Continue to see the way our guys catch the ball. That's been impressive. I can't count on. I don't think we've had 5 drops the whole year, and now we're, close to where we played 9 games. So that's it's unbelievable. They catch the ball. Great Gentry did a great job again catching the ball. Every time it seems he makes a catch, he gets a first down and got the touchdown tonight. But overall, the guys that are catching balls for us offensively are doing a tremendous job of creating space, getting open, and then making the catch. Donovan really impressive on the punt returns as well.
Do you see your team developing sort of a salty identity where it's not just winning, but winning with a little bit of attitude on the field now the past few weeks?
What I see is a really focused team, really confident team in themselves and their teammates. I love this about our team. They really like each other. They care for each other, evidenced by how they talk about each other. Even when one of them is getting complimented about something, they've got the ability and to deflect it to a teammate, to somebody else. I mean, that speaks volumes to me about how close and good this team is.
Back right, Nick.
Jim, 2 weeks ago, you guys played the top rush defense, ran the ball, won the game on the ground in the fourth quarter. Today, you played the best pass rush group in the Big Ten. You protect your quarterback. Your offensive line, can you just establish where that's at right now in terms of its upward movement here as it continues? Maybe one of the best in the league. I mean, what's your
just really playing well. That was we thought that was a really good defensive front. It's probably as good as Notre Dame's, as good as we've played all year, and blocked the way they did, and a team that really does a tremendous job of tackles for loss. I know they're leading that category, and we were able to stay away from the negative plays. We were able to stay away from the tackles for loss. We were able to stay away from the sacks, and Karan had a couple amazing 1-yard runs, to get that done for us tonight, and then he broke a couple big ones too. But you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line. I know Ward Manuel watches the offensive line intently, and he thought Juwan Bushell-Beatty had his best game of the season, which is really good, because we were just saying we thought he had his best game of the season 2 weeks ago. So good to see the guys, ascending, playing good, playing confident. Yeah, it means it's good for our ball club. It bodes well for us. So, that all those guys up front really have improved their game. Ed Warner, a lot of credit. The old ball coach Ed Warner doing a heck of a job, and guys are up front. They're just focused every week, practicing good, staying healthy, doing the job up front.
We have time for a couple more. We'll start up here, Angelique.
Jim, when did you know that Rashawn was going to be cleared to play this week? And is he good to go now, or is this sort of you keep checking on him?
Yeah, the only player I really know that's going to be out now is Dylan McCaffrey. He did suffer a broken collarbone in the game, which is It's too bad. He was doing so well. But he'll be back. But a little sad about that right now.
But when did I was also did Chris Webber speak to the team? And what
Yeah,
was it
Chris
like
Webber
having him?
spoke to the team yesterday. He did a phenomenal job. It was great. He had a tremendous message to the team, and it was neat watching all our guys want to get a picture with him afterwards. That was really cool. There's some guys that, I mean, gosh, he played football or played basketball and 20 years ago, and people don't, they kind of forget you, but he's somebody that hold on one sec. It's our trainer, Dave Granito.
Coach, is this team not only beating opponents or getting better at that, but getting better at wearing them down? Your players touched on that a little bit over the course of the game.
Yeah, man, it's always a factor in football. The other thing is, just maybe just to change the subject, but since this is the last question, I wanted to say, I mean, our stadium, our fans, I mean, it had a different feel tonight. It had it had like the old days. It felt like that to me. Just an energized group of fans and student section, and this was like a Saturday at Michigan in Ann Arbor. The way it's supposed to be, the way I remember it. At the very highest level. I mean, just that was an electric atmosphere in there, and that's great. Gives me chills, and I think our team responded to that as well. So onward, we'll move on with humble hearts and keep striving to practice it with the same kind of focus and intensity and confidence that we've been doing.